I'm so excited that you're here with me. And you know what? It is the last episode for this year, and while we're sad about that, not to worry, there's still lots of local things to dish on. We're excited about the new year, and I'm even more excited about my special guest that I have with me, Mr. Michael Seward, also known as Signature Mike. Thank you for being here with me.
It's always a pleasure, and I'm glad to celebrate this Christmas show with you.
I know, so it's the last one of this season, and you know what, next year we're going to every now and then have a co-host, kind of like the way Kelly Ripa does. She brings in a guest every now and then, so you're my last, I guess, because this is the last show of the season.
I'll be your guinea pig.
That's right, and so we'll see how it goes, but next year, so this is something that you guys have to keep an eye out for. My husband is building a part of the set, so you're going to have to come in and help decorate that.
I would love to. That'll be great.
That is awesome. Okay, and so obviously Christmas time is so joyful. The spirit of Christmas always gets to everybody's heart, and one of the things that I don't know if people know about you, you have a very big heart.
I do, and this time of the year as well. It's the time that we reflect on not only what we have achieved, but in trying to help others achieve their goals as well, and just helping somebody get a boost.
That's right.
You know, we talked about in my store, I had the Salvation Army Angel Tree recently, and I remember when I was a kid, I grew up very poor, and my parents couldn't afford shoes for me, and the Salvation Army assisted me with that. So I have the Salvation Army tree in my store every year, and my clients and friends are so generous, and some of them took their children shopping with them to buy for other children, to teach them these lessons as well.
And that really is an important thing to do, I think, with kids, to teach them when they're young about giving. And it's not just about receiving during Christmas time, but about giving. And that's really what that tree is. It's called the Giving Tree, right?
Exactly, yeah, that's right. The Giving Angel Tree, that's correct.
And so that has certain families on there that you can help in particular.
There are children on there with their age and their clothing sizes and what toys they might like.
Things that they need
or
want.
And we've already turned everything into the Salvation Army, and it was great. It was awesome. And there's so many great charities in town, like the Hope House. You know, our churches have outreach programs. Wounded Warriors is always a great one. There's so many great charities and things that even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just your time.
Yep, exactly.
And you get so much back from it.
For sure, and I know that this is a part of who you are. It's a big part of who you are. You don't just help other people with their home and interior. People come in and purchase things from you, but you are all about giving as well, and so we thank you for that.
Absolutely.
And everything that you do. And now, because of what you do, also, you've been able to spoil yourself a little bit and take some time off.
After all of that, after I give, I play hard. I work hard to play hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Play harder, I think. So especially considering where I came from and what I have earned with my life, I do like to have a lot of fun, and I do love to travel.
Yeah, and so speaking of travels, you went on, we actually had to film some of your stuff. I don't know if you guys caught this. Hopefully not, because we are live, right? But we filmed some of your stuff beforehand because you took a couple weeks to yourself and you traveled to quite a few different places. Talk to
the
me
last
about
couple months have been crazy, and some of it's work related, and some of it's vacation and fun stuff as well. So I own the world's largest Judy Garland collection. I've talked about this on the Jenny Show, and I was hired to work at the London Palladium a couple of months ago to exhibit some of the gowns that I have. And what was great about that, Judy Garland had some of her greatest concerts at that venue at the London Palladium, so it was great to be there. So, you know, if I'm going to travel that far, I want a week of fun, so we went to Paris for a day, and a couple of friends and my aunt went with me.
So you're already there, right?
Yeah.
Might as well soak it up.
Why not see it? I had never been to London. You know, I've traveled around the world a million times and never been to London or Paris.
And speaking of, the coolest thing happened to you while you were there, because like you said, you do own the largest collection of the Judy Garland memorabilia, and while you were there, you got to visit her home.
The home that she passed away in, that she died in London, the last 6 months of her life was in this home in London. And so my aunt and my friend, we walked over to the house, and they were tearing it down.
Oh my goodness.
And my aunt grabbed this guy and was talking to him. He ended up being the construction crew's CEO.
Oh, wow.
And so she told him who I was, and he told the guys, grab him something, get him something from the construction. They presented me with the brick from this home.
That is so neat.
That was so sweet, so nice.
Yeah, that is so sweet, and something to add to your collection that I think means a lot more too, because it's not necessarily a flashy, beautiful dress that she wore, but this is a brick from her home.
That's right. I know some of your viewers have seen some of the dresses, but I have a huge collection of
Oh
memorabilia.
yeah, they're gorgeous things if you've never seen it before.